Today we're going to show you step by step on how to prep and install a background from Universalrocks. Are you ready? It's Wilson Ridge time. That's right. Now let's go!
I told the world one day I would pay it back. Say it on tape and lay it, record it so that one day I can play it back. But I don't even know if I believe it when I'm saying that. Doubt's starting to creep in every day, it's just so gray and black. Hope I just need a ray of that, cause no one sees my vision.
First off, before we get started, I want to say yes, I am a huge fan of Universalrocks. I even have a code for you to get it at a discounted rate. Starting March 1st, you will be able to get this and any background, or anything for that matter, with the code JWilson for 20% off. That's right, you get 20% off, you can enjoy the savings and get exactly what you need for your tank. Now here's a few things of why I think Universalrocks does have the edge, although other background companies do make amazing looking backgrounds. Universalrocks is located here in the United States. I love that about it. 2, the family is reachable. I really like that. And 3, you can, I don't want to say customize, but you yourself can manipulate the background, bend it, roll it, run it over with a vehicle, and it won't break. You can silicone it to the back of your tank or to the sides, and when you're ready, just scrape it off and not have to worry about something breaking. And that's huge. It's very pliable. You can roll it up and put it in the tank. That's how I got this one in there. I bent it myself, pulled it in, and we were done. If I want to take it out, I do the same thing. So those are just some of the reasons why I prefer Universalrocks from any other background. So let's dive into how I got this thing into this tank solo dolo. Are you ready? Let's go! So first off, I'm going to take you outside. I'm going to show you a little bit about how we cut it, prepped it, we sprayed it down, you name it, and we got it ready to put it in the tank. This process did take a little bit longer because, well, I had a son, and it's been an amazing journey, and this just had to take the back burner. So we got everything in last night during the live video. I started filling it up, and the Wilson's Ridge is pretty cool. This particular background is called the Wilson's Ridge. If you're a part of the Aquatic Lounge, you have the opportunity to vote for specific names for this background, and the Wilson's Ridge did win, and we are really excited about it. So excited that we may change the 220 to a different section of the Wilson's Ridge in gray. So let me show you some clips, some videos, and some still shots, and we'll talk to you along the way about what we did, how we did it, and what you can do to make this an easy process of installing a background. Because Lord knows, this is the #1 question of how do you get that thing in a tank? So follow me. What's going on, party people? We are outside Wilson's Ridge in the flesh. Very dimensional, very ridgy, and very Wilson-esque. I really like this. It's got some nice overhangs, some pockets, some depth in certain areas, and not so deep in others, and I think it's going to set this Tropheus tank off amazingly. So one of the key things to messing with a background from Universalrocks is you need to prep it. You need to clean it. They do all the pressure washing themselves as well, but it is highly recommended that you do it yourself. You could do this at a car wash, or you could do this in the comfort of your driveway. But one of the key things I need to tell you is you need to make sure that the water runs clear. It's not just a spray and go type thing. It's more so spraying it down, flipping it over, spraying it down, wiping it, spraying it down again. And this is not going to take all day. I'm telling you, it doesn't take all day. I think the total process for me spraying this down and cleaning it, I think took me about 35-40 minutes total. That's wiping, letting it dry, and then respraying again. So when I say that the water needs to run clear, I'm going to show you what it looks like murky. All right, here we go, and we're going to get some murk now. Get it clear. This is what it should look like, clear. Then you can proceed to put it inside your tank if all of your prep is done. What we like to do is we like to cut some holes inside this background so that it's completely customized for my tank. I used a hole saw, and we cut small holes that were just a little bit bigger than the diameter of the intakes that we were using for this particular build. We used FX6s, and it came out perfect. To each their own. There are a ton of ways to do this, but we used a hole saw. So we really like this background, although it's not completely done. We just got water in it last night. You can see I added a rock here just to kind of give it a little bit more depth. It is definitely 3D'd. It does look pretty snazzy. And on this side, it is not very deep. If I put my hand here, you can see it's just about as long as my fingers, and it looks pretty good. It went all the way back. It was flush. This cut was perfect, although not all the times is it going to be a perfect cut. You may have to trim it yourself, but you get the point. This side is slightly deeper. As you can see, I've got my hand here, and it is just about a hand's length, which is okay because I'm putting in red rainbow tropheus, and I'm not doing a huge column. This rock, I just have to get the air out, set it up in the corner. I'm gonna get a few more rocks, and I may take out some sand. I'm pushing the sand further back towards the background, but as you can see, it is slightly deep. You only want sand about 1 inch. But you can tell, sorry about the glare, that I did not have to cut this background at all. I definitely have to get this tank rocking, get the FX6s going, but let's see, it's kind of hard to see with the glare, and I apologize. You can see that I cut it out, perfect circle. It's not big enough back there for the fish to get through, which is great, but if there is fry for some reason, they can get back there. And what I like about the Wilson's Ridge is it does have, let's go back over here. It does have some overhangs that I really like. And I think it's gonna create a lot of depth and dimension when you're adding a one-piece 3D background. So let's go to the top, talk to you a little bit about how I cut it, what I did, and how to set up a filter through the background or behind it, all right? Now that you got a better understanding of how we prep it, let's go about what it looks like behind, how we did things, and what we're gonna do to finish and complete this background install. All right, I'm gonna grab the camera, I'm gonna bring you up top, and we're gonna talk about it, all right? Come on. All right, so this is the top. It is a little deep, if you will, but it works for exactly what I'm doing, and I have a pretty deep tank. This is a 150, so it is a 150 tall, so it is definitely deep. But as you can see where the holes were, we just ran the FX6 straight through that hole, and let me show you underwater real quick. It's pretty simple, straight through, looks good, little bit of space, not big enough for Tropheus to get back there. I may cut out a notch for the outputs, but that's a customization that we recommend you deciding when you'd like to do so. Other than that, the FX6s go on really easy. We've got some nice space back and forth here so I can catch fish if somehow they should get behind. Or you can put some gutter guard plastic grating that you can get at your local hardware store and just kind of silicone it to the top. Not sure if we're going to do that because this background is cut pretty dang close to specifications. But let me show you the other side as we go underwater. I'm going to turn on some lights, and then we're going to kind of get an idea of what it looks like through the background to the back of the tank. So background's got this silicone look. You can see a little bit of sand got behind it, which, you know, there's seams, which is okay. But when we kind of show you the depth, and then right off the back of the glass, you can see the other intake through the background. So really neat back here. Everything is right up against the glass. We have every piece of square gallon that we could possibly have taken up by water, a background, sand, and rocks. So we're really excited, and we think it came out amazing. The Wilson Ridge is something that I just didn't think would ever be possible. And we walked in, we saw it, and we decided to name it in the Aquatic Lounge the Wilson Ridge. But it's got some ridges and some overhangs to help fish possibly breed, algae build up, graze, and overall that is exactly what we're looking for. The other thing I want to explain is if you purchase a background from Universalrocks and you get a little cut or a slit that doesn't affect the background when it's in, then that's okay because you want water to flow from the front to the back of this background, and that is exactly what this allows it to do. There will be water behind it. It's not going to be watertight, and you do want that water back there. We will also probably put a filter behind the background just to aid in any type of circulation, buildup, leftover food, or if a fish gets back there, we want them to have the same ecosystem in the back as they do in the front. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed exactly what we did. And as you can see, if you prep, it won't be as cloudy if you take the necessary time in the beginning.
Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, disliking, liking, sharing, tweeting, retweeting, Instagram, double tapping, sharing. You know the drill. We're so grateful for it. Subscribe. Check out the Aquatic Lounge. You know what's next. Holla!